Journalist Bill Hutchison has also followed Jim's songwriting for years.
More bad news in a moment on Mornings Considered. But first, Jim Turr's music has gone largely unrecognized by Nashville, and according to critic Bill Hutchison, it's likely to stay that way. Here's the story.
Critics have said that if Tammy Wynette were alive today, there's little doubt that she'd record both of Jim Turr's Nouveau Wynette compositions, This Changes Everything,
This changes everything, the sparkle of this wedding ring,
and Three-Tiered Wedding Cake.
Try a bit for your own sake, my tender three-tiered wedding cake.
But Tammy Wynette isn't alive today, and with Turr stubbornly living in New Mexico and with no contacts whatsoever in Nashville, few of his songs are likely to be recorded. That doesn't mean there aren't some incredible gems on his new, non-eponymous but self-penned CD. Turr shares equal territory with the folky politicism of Phil Ochs, the sheer songwriting skill of Townes Van Zandt, and the shamelessly naive sense of ironic humor of Loudon Wainwright III. In fact, almost every song on the new CD is a tribute, and a brilliant tribute, to some classic rock or country style, from Lieber and Stoller.
So don't be taken in by words so sweet and witty. They were written by some guy in Kansas City.
To Goffin and King in the Brill building years.
Oh, I don't get so close that if you leave, I'm gonna miss you. But I just wanna see what it would be like to kiss you.
To the duets of George Jones and Tammy Wynette.
They could have never seen our compatibility, 'cause they never met anybody like you and me. Nobody like you and me.
It might seem surprising that a barely 30 reviewer whose own music collection tends toward Bright Eyes and the Decemberists would respond to such hardcore Jerry Lee Lewis type songs as Bringin' the Honky Tonk Home, but such is Turr's gift with lyrics.
Where everyone feels welcome, Hakeem, Jose, and Jerome. And you and me, that's why I'll be bringing the honky tonk home.
Atlantic Monthly national correspondent James Fallows says, quote, Jim Turr's spirit shows through consistently in his songs, as it does in his essays and other projects. It's the droll, sardonic, cut the BS outlook, known around the world as American. It's not surprising that social conscience rears its ugly head occasionally in this collection, as in Tonsils in Taiwan, reminiscent of the great Chuck Berry.
Got my tonsils out in Taiwan, my gallbladder out in Greece. Took a side trip up to Sweden to fill some caverns in my teeth.
And in the rather old-style, classic country anti-consumerist rant, You Ain't Got Much.
You watch some kids play like the way it was for you way back when your cell phone rings and the guy says you need a new clutch. Man, you ain't got much.
One country legend who does give Jim Turr his due is semi-retired superstar Buddy, who turns in a nimble duet with singer Gwen Lenore.
The butcher picked up on that spark and said, buddy, muzzle tough, whatever that means.
Let's go back to your place and wrestle up some love.
We're glad to lend some of our star power to help old Jim get some play on the radio or the internet web or what have you, because he has written some of our bigger hits, so we just want to give something back.
For a writer whom critics have compared to Shel Silverstein, Tom T. Hall, Paul Kraft, and even Mark Twain and Will Rogers, Turr is a little disappointed that he's received the most airplay so far on the novelty song, Do They Have Email in Heaven?
Do they have email in heaven? If not, I don't want to go.
But he's confident his compositions will find a home eventually, if only after he's dead.
She taught me how to sit and cry the whole night long. She taught me how to sing these songs all right.
Combining comedy with tragedy, optimism with hopelessness, and prolific wit with his favorite three chords, Jim Turr's songs are triumphant anthems to this difficult business of living.
The CD is Please Cut My Song, Mr. Travis by Jim Turr. More information at BlueCanyonMusic.com. Our reviewer is Bill Hutchison of the Anthologist Cabinet of Musical Marvels, anthologist.org.
You're my champagne and my chauffeur.
With all of these restrictions on his music, how did Jim get by?
Remember, there was evidently some arrangement for Buddy recording Jim's songs. So that yielded a fair income for Jim as a songwriter, enough to allow Jim to record a lot of demos of his songs, which is how all these videos came about. But another of the few venues that were open to him was Jingles, different legal status. Jingles were partly his way of striking out at this rather unfair and stifling situation. And he's done a lot of jingles, including a couple that have been heard nationally.
Hi from Snapple. Jim Turr of New Mexico sent us this tape. He calls it Sing a Song of Snapple.
Sing a song of Snapple, but wait until you drink. 'Cause singing while you're swallowing is harder than you think. Grab that friendly bottle, enjoy its heft and girth, and gulp the drink that's made from all the finest stuff on earth. Okay, kids, sing a song of Snapple, but wait until you drink.
People feel at home at Walmart. People feel at home at Walmart.
We're trying to keep clean and beautiful here in New Mexico.
Riding the highway in New Mexico, I saw litter around me, above and below. Then a spirit appeared, as sweet as a kiss. She told me a secret as simple as this. Toss no mas, that's what she said. My beauty is fading, it soon may be dead. You're spoiling my highways, my beautiful lands, but you hold the answer in the palms of your hands.
Hold on, Mama. I think I feel a song coming on.
No, I think I do too.
Sometimes a restaurant is more than you could ever want. Not just a place to ease your hunger, but to meet your friends, both older and younger. Charlie's is just that kind of place. A tasty dish on every plate from all across the... Feed your tonguey something yummy, yes you should. Drop by here, grab a few, yes you could. Spanglish muffins will be stuffing you good. Have you ridden the rail runner? Nothing could be funer than cruising beautiful terrain on a first-class high-speed Highline train. 100 miles all the way, it'll really make your day. Bringing kindness to those who need it, that's our only function. Feeding and housing those in need, Joy Junction.
Thank you, Gershon. We'll explore further how the restrictions you referred to managed to stay in place for decades, keeping a good body of songs completely out of circulation. First, though, this story could never be complete without a few words about Buddy. Yes, the capital D's are how Buddy insists his name be spelled. There's not much everybody doesn't already know about Buddy, at least according to Buddy. A somewhat successful country singer and tycoon hailing from the Tri-Cities area, he says, without ever specifying which Tri-Cities area he's referring to.
Sugar, where are you from?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know, little darling? Hell, we're from the Tri-Cities area. Everybody knows that. The hell, what do y'all think?
Jim's friend, nemesis, associate, in many ways his alter ego, and certainly the beneficiary of his songwriting. Even this reporter was pulled into the vortex of this contentious relationship.
I'm glad to speak to you and help clear the air here. You seem to be making some serious allegations about my client, Buddy, in connection with your story about one of his songwriters. Minor one, by the way. First, with regard to this real estate ad, which you're implying has some great significance as far as the aborted presidential primary run, it proves nothing. Buddy has done many commercials for many projects as a paid spokesjowl. Please don't include that. It's an inside joke.
Y'all ready to go? Where y'all going? Come on. Come on, we need you here. Come on, we're gonna be in the movies now.
Turner's Pies and Burgers with prairie home fries without biting.
into bison. Today I will die. When you're running low on buffalo and ain't had your fill, just drag your old carcass into Ted's Montana Grill.
As a paid spokesperson for many products, no significance, nothing to see there.
Look, I don't mind talking to you at all. We haven't done anything illegal at all. It's called marketing strategy. That's my business. You've heard of corporations being people? Well, I'm a person who thinks I'm a corporation. Now look, our clients were looking for a candidate to serve their interest, which is also legal, by the way. And so we went searching for someone new, fresh.
Again, no one knows more about this odd pair than author and journalist Gershon Siegel.
Yeah, I actually think I'm the only journalist that ever interviewed both Buddy and Jim. The relationship has always been interesting and, it's been contentious. Jim, of course, wrote many of Buddy's biggest hits.
Let's go together.
I like to get naked with everyone on my block.
And, did pretty well doing that, but I actually think Jim was resentful for not having that spotlight, that Buddy had.
They said just give the millionaires a tax break and you'll see. The only one getting trickled on is me. Yeah, please trickle on somebody else but me.
Buddy actually is funny. He resented the fact that Jim wouldn't just write for him exclusively and not write for anybody else but Buddy.
Thank you, Gershon.
Now, how about Buddy? You can't really talk about Jim without mentioning Buddy.
The less said about Buddy, the better. Jim wrote all Buddy's best songs, and Buddy takes the credit, so Jim gets pissed off about that sometimes.
Yeah, I believe Jim wrote Kinko and Tofu and Let's Go Through Menopause together. Several of Buddy's so-called biggest hits.
One day our sweet sunflower slipped and dashed her mellow brain against her oaken countertop and could not rise again.
When the cops finally broke down that door, the whole scene made it edgy. They found two beasts who'd never more be happy eating veggies.
Ginkgo tofu, let us hear your wild, savage song. One fine day your time will come and it probably won't be long.